Hello everyone, you're welcome. You have this problem on the board. Let's see how we can solve it. 7 to the power of x plus 7 to the power of 2x plus 7 to the power of 3x equals 14. So what's the value of x? So therefore we're going to have this 7 to the power of x plus 7 to the power of this x, we can take it inside, to the power of 2 plus 7 to the power of x. Then we take what? We take 3 outside equals 14. So that is from the law of indices that say when you have a to the power of b, okay, then to the power of c, you can rewrite it as a to the power of bc, because these two we have to multiply each other then to have bc. So we'll let y equals 7 to the power of x. So we're going to be having y plus y to the power of 2 plus y to the power of 3 equals what? Equals 14. So we're going to have y to the power of 3. We can write it like this, plus y to the power of 2, then plus y. So equals, this 14 can be written as 8 plus 4, then plus what? Plus 2. Alright, so from there we're going to have y to the power of 3 plus y to the power of 2 plus y. So we can transpose all of these at the right hand side to the left hand side. Okay, so we're going to be having minus 8 minus 4 minus 2, then everything equals 0. Now for here we have y to the power of 3 plus y to the power of 2 plus y minus, we can write 8 as 2 to the power of 3 minus 2 to the power of 2, that is 4, then minus 2 equals 0. Right, so from there the next thing we're going to do, let's try to rearrange. So those with power 3, we can have what? Y. Alright, we can have y to the power of 3 minus 2 to the power of 3, then plus y to the power of 2 minus 2 to the power of 2, then plus y minus 2 equals what? Equals 0. Alright, so from there the next thing we're going to do is that, so we need to recall that when you have a to the power of 3 minus b to the power of 3, that is difference of two cubes. So this is going to be a minus b, then into bracket a squared, right, plus ab, then plus what? Plus b squared. Also, if you have a squared minus b squared, which is difference of two squares, so this is going to be a minus b, then a plus what? Plus b. Okay, so we should recall. Now from there, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to apply this fact here. We're going to apply the fact here. Alright, so moving on, we're going to have y to the power of 3, y to the power of 3 minus 2 to the power of 3, that's going to be y minus 2, alright, into bracket y squared plus 2y, alright, plus 4. Alright, then close the bracket. Then we have y squared minus 2s, we're going to be y minus 2, then y what? We have the plus here, sorry. So after this we have what? We have addition, we have plus, so y minus 2, then y plus 2, okay, plus y minus 2 equal what? Equal 0. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do, we can see there's something common. So we are what? We have y minus 2 here, y minus 2, y minus 2 is common here. So we try to factorize it out. So factorizing y minus 2 out, we're going to have what? We're going to have y minus 2, y minus 2, okay, into bracket, everything here will becomes y to the power of 2 plus 2y, then plus 4, then plus y plus 2, then plus 1, everything equals 0. So we have factorized y minus 2 outside. So now from there we're going to have y minus 2 to be equal 0. Or we have, let's try to write this inside the what, inside the bracket, this one here. So let's try to write it in a simpler form. So y squared plus 2y. So we can see that we have what we have, y 2y here, we have y here. So if you combine that together, so we're going to be having let's say we have what we have, y squared, we have y squared plus 3y, then 2 4 plus 2 plus 1, that will give us 7. So we're going to have plus what, plus 7, plus 7, we have plus 7, okay, then equals 0. So now by doing that, we are having what, we are having two equations. All right, so which this will be for case 1, this is the case 1, okay, this is the case 1, we have the case 1 here, this is the case 1, and we have the what, and we have the case 2. All right, so now from case 1, so we have y minus 2 equals 0. So which means that we can have y to be equals what, equals to 2. But don't forget that y equals 2 is not our solution. This main solution, I mean the main variable we are looking for is what, is x. So we need to go back and go back to this place, okay, where we mention y equals 7 to the power of x. So y is equals to, recall that y is equals to 7 to the power of x. So when y is 2, we're going to have 2 equals 7 to the power of x. So now from there, we're going to introduce logarithm. So introduce logarithm to the both side, that is log of what, base 2, sorry, log of base 7, log of base 7, 2, then equals log of what, base 7, 7, then to the power of x. So from there, we're going to have what, we're going to have log base 7, 2 will be equals to x log base 7, then 7. So now from there, you can see that this we cancel, it becomes 1. So we have our value of x to be log base 7, then we have what, we have 2. So that is one of the solutions we have. Okay, now let's go to case 2. Case 2 is when you have y squared plus 3y plus 7. Okay, so case 2, for case 2, we have what, we have y squared, okay, plus 3y then plus 7 equals what, equals 0. So now from here, we're going to relate this equation or compare it with ax squared plus bx plus c, okay, equals 0. So now from here, we're going to have our a to be 1, we have what, our a to be 1, we have b to be 3, and we have c to be what, c to be 7. All right, so using quadratic formula, the quadratic formula states we're going to have y equals minus b plus or minus the square root of what, b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. That is the formula. All right, so from there we're going to have y is going to be minus 3 plus or minus, then the square root of what, the square root of what is b squared, we have 3 squared minus 4 times, 4 times what, 4 times a is 1, times c is what, is 7, okay, then divided by 2 times a is what, is 1. Are you getting it? So moving further, we're going to have what, we're going to have y to be equals minus 3 plus or minus, then the square root of what, the square root of 9 minus, we have 4 times 1 times 7, we're going to have 28, then divided by 2. All right, so we move on, we're going to have y equals minus 3 plus or minus the square root of what, the square root of 9 minus 28, that will give us what, that will give us minus 19. We have minus 19 and divided by what, divided by 2. Okay, so we're going to have y, equals minus 3 plus or minus the square root of minus 1, okay, multiplied by the square root of 19 divided by 2. v equals minus 3 plus or minus. Now the square root of minus 1 is what? Is I. So we have root what? Root 19 divided by what? Divided by 2. So now from there, so we still need to recall. We know that we are having what? We are having y to be equals minus 3 plus I root what? Root 19 over 2. That is when y is greater than 0. So therefore, we have y equals minus 3 minus I root what? Root 19 divided by what? Divided by 2. This is when y is less than 0. Okay, but if you recall that y is equals to 7 to the power of what? X, and y must be greater than 0 here. So therefore, we are going to pick this one that is greater than 0. So we're going to have what? We're going to have 7 to the power of x, okay, which is what we have. Our y here is, that is positive greater than 0, we have it to be minus what? Minus 3 plus the I, then we have root 19 divided by what? Divided by 2. So we introduce logarithm to the both side of the equation. We have log base 7 and 7 to the power of x equals log base 7, then all we have minus 3 plus I root what? Root 19 divided by what? Divided by 2. Okay, so from here, so x we come down, we have log 7 base 7, then equals log 7, then minus 3 plus, okay, I root what? Root 19 divided by 2. Okay, that this we cancel this, we cancel this, becomes 0. So we're going to have x equals everything we have here is 7 minus 3 plus I root 19 divided by what? Divided by 2. So which is what? Which is complex solution here. So let's see how we can check here. So now checking. So we are giving solution to be x equals what? Log 7 10 to the power of what? To the power of 2. Is that what you get? So therefore, let's see what we can do here. So we're going to have 7 log 7 to the power of 2. I mean log the 7 2 plus 7 2 log the 7 2 plus 7 3 log the 7 2. Is this going to give us 14? So you see that here, this we cancel this. We're going to have 2, then plus, and I can have 7 log the 7 2 to the power of what? To the power of 2. Alright, plus 7 log the 7, then 2 to the power of 3. Is this going to give us 14? So we see that we're going to have 2 plus, now here, this we also cancel this. We're going to have 2 to the power of 2 plus this we cancel this. We're going to have 2 to the power of 3, which is equals to what? 14. So if you had this 2 plus 4 plus 2 raised to the power 3, you have 8 equals what? Equals 14. Okay, so we're going to have 2 plus what? We're going to have 2 plus 4 plus 8, and that gives us what? That gives us 14. You can see 14 equals what? Equals 14. And that is the solution to the problem. So if you enjoyed this class, okay, and you're just watching our class or video for the first time, consider subscribing, hit on the bell icon so that you'll be notified anytime we upload new content. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.